Must be nice to lay $4 million on the table and say, I'm going to need an extra $500,000 to stay. No, you don't have it? Okay. Fire me. Mike North can be heard every Sunday night at 9. You can see him at northtonorth.com, or read him, I should say. Maybe you can see him at northtonorth.com as well. Is that right?
You can do both, my friends. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Amy is off chasing down Governor Palin. So Olin Kreutz, he must be in a, Bob Brinker, who's the financial guy, and I've been listening to him for years. He says, what you want to do is you want to save enough money no matter what you do to reach a point of critical mass, which means the nest egg, don't touch the nest egg because the interest will support your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Is that where Olin Kreutz found himself, where he could leave $4 million plus on the table?
Yeah, you know this, John. It doesn't happen if he's 24, 25 years old, although then he was like a Pro Bowl player. Here's the deal. The offensive line was horrid in the first half last year, but Mike Tice and Olin Kreutz, who was the captain and leader of that line, shored things up in the second half. I think for $500,000, and you know what, we're hearing both sides. There's three sides to every story. Olin's side, the Bears side, and the truth. And I don't know who to really check on this one, but I will tell you this: for $500,000, if that was the deal, which I don't believe it was, I think there were other issues, then they should have brought him back. They're going to have a tough time. They brought in the center Spencer. The offensive line, you got a guy that a huge investment at quarterback, coming off an injury last year. You got a running game you have to sustain. To lose the captain of the team, the guy that calls the signals on that field, John, for the offensive line, changes things up when there's blitz packages coming at him and stuff like that. I think it's a tough loss for the Bears. If they had somebody coming up through the draft, I would have thought, hey, this is better. I mean, this guy's ready to go. I mean, just like Aaron Rodgers with Brett Favre, but picking somebody up off another scrap heap to replace a 6-time Pro Bowl center, I'm not so sure right now.
I've seen this portrayed in the media, both on TV and reading some of the columnists, that it's a fumble by the Bears, that they made a mistake. I don't buy that at all. He's offered the money, didn't want the money. That's it. We're moving on.
Right. I mean, you know what? There comes a time, I guess, and the Bears, here's what they don't want to send. They don't want to send a message where they cut a deal with a guy, and like I said, we're taking their take for it right now, where the guy then comes back and says, we want more, and then they capitulate to that, because then they're going to have other agents and other players seeing exactly what Olin Kreutz did, if indeed he did do that, and then they'll try to do the same thing. So it's going to be a tough loss either way. Mike Tice did a great job last year putting together a line. This year, hopefully he'll be able to do the same thing, but it is odd after making a good run last year.
Tell you what, I know in your career and in my career, generally, we're guys who take the money. We just kind of take the money as it comes. But there's guys in our business famously that have left millions of dollars on the table because they felt they were being dissed. I still think that's crazy.
Well, it is crazy in a way, but there was, there's other things involved. Just like with me with WSCR, there was, people said, well, you could have taken this money, and I said absolutely. But there was other things, John. There's change of managements. The management you start with 17 years ago may not be the same as it is now. There's different ways of doing things, and you know what? If you feel that you can here's the key. If you feel that you have enough money, that you can make a living doing what you want to do now, then you can make that move. So Olin Kreutz, you brought it up at the beginning. I remember back in the day when Ron Majors and Carol Marine didn't want to work, and you remember this with Jerry Springer. They would at him. Well, you know this as well as I do. If that had happened 10 years earlier, Ron and Carol are working with them because they didn't have the funds yet. You know that as well as anybody.
Critical mass.
Absolutely.
Critical mass.
And John, you got some critical mass. I got some critical mass, but you still want to continue to work, but you also want to be respected. I never saw a lack of respect for Olin Kreutz. I never did.
Well, I didn't either. That's why I don't buy all that nonsense. And I would just have a hard time leaving $4 million on the table.
Well, yeah, $4 million.
I've never gone through a training camp with a professional football team, so I understand it's a problem. So after 13 years, John, you probably don't want to do it.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you're making back $1,000. Let's say you're making $1,000 a week, and they come up to you and go, 13 years, tremendous. We went to a Super Bowl, playoffs, your 6-time Pro Bowl, $400. We're going to pay you.
If I have a walkaway.
There you go.
If I have a walkaway, I take it.
That's what he's got. First of all, John, a center's a weird bird. They spend their time playing catch between their legs. The Hilgenberg family, they were all centers. They never played catch like normal people. They snapped the ball between their legs at each other.
Yeah.
Randy Moss is another guy that did the same thing now.
Yeah, but he was at the end of his career. I guess with Olin Kreutz, both the skill levels going down, but I wasn't surprised to see him go.
No, and Randy Moss, all the adulation and stuff. Let me tell you, he had 2 great years, 2007 and his rookie season. 2007, he had 98 catches, but he played his first year, rookie year, great year, and then with New England, he was a front runner. If you ever needed Randy Moss and you needed to depend on him, and I'm hearing people act today like he's the greatest thing that ever happened, he would not show up for you. He was a quitter from the 10th degree. I've never heard a Hall of Fame type receiver being scrutinized the way this guy is today, and everybody's saying for the most part, gifted receiver, would quit during games, would quit during whole games, would quit seasons. So I don't know how you stand on this. To me, he could never play for me.
Mike, I enjoy your scrutiny here. Thank you.
You, my friend.
Take care. Mike North,
Johnny.
Sunday nights, 9 o'clock. Read him at north2north.com.
I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.